Hello, Knights fans, and welcome to the first broadcast of the spring sports season here at Riverview Road for Pace Varsity Boys Soccer to take on the AIS Eagles. Your Knights are 1-0 so far on this year, and as well as AIS being 1-0 as well. These teams have some history. 2 years ago, AIS beat in a heated matchup that ended 3-2. As Long takes it against Malik. Man on the wing for AIS. He takes it to the box. Thwarted by Nate Reese. Out to the wing. Tom Phillips now. Looking for a man to help him out. Gives it to Hobie. Switches the ball now. Sammy Lettuce takes it. Off to the senior, Ethan Schneider. Lettuce desperately looking for somebody to help. Flash Schneider, ball getting trapped in the corner there. Trying to slow the game down, Paces. Not panic with the ball at their feet. AIS looking to throw the ball in as it goes up for the header with Lettuce. Ball out of bounds to AIS. Throw in deep. Lettuce against his man. Now it goes to support on the wing. Physical. Ethan Schneider attempts to clear. Can't quite. Sorry for that brief interruption commentary. Ethan Robinson took the ball down the field one-on-one. However, the AIS goalie with a nice save. Corner kick now. Ball sent in deep. Headered back post. Slight. Ball goes up. Grabbed by the AIS goalie. Foul was called. Hobie Malik on the wing. Looking. AIS playing the ball around the back, looking to keep possession. But now they send it forward towards Nate Reese, who puts a head on it over to Mark Handler, who gives it cross field to Ethan Schneider. AIS regains on the quick toss. I'm sorry, kick. AIS gets the ball out of the box over to Handler, who tries to send it back in. Neither team really holding possession for very long so far. Back and forth with the ball. AIS throws in to the back. Sets it off to the goalie, but Ethan Robinson almost intercepts it. Ball playing around the middle. Schneider gives it over to Johnny Reese, who sends it up to one of his strikers, but nobody is there. As Robinson chases on it, but the ball is booted away by the goalie. Knights team lost only one senior from last year, starting center back Mark Grenader. So this team keeps most of its playoff experience as Ethan Robinson goes down the sideline. but the ball is kicked out for another corner.
And good offensive work by the Knights, getting down the pitch as quickly as they can and trying to up the tempo of this game against a very tough AIS squad. As you said, Connor, 2 years ago in that dangerous mashup, downing the Knights 3-2, and haven't played since after a fairly successful 2 seasons with a whole load of seniors on this team. Of course, Hobie Malik, Mark Handler, and Johnny Reese leading the squad. And trying to get a header, but it'll be denied back in the box.
Back.
Another try, but it's a miss.
AIS sends it deep, but Reese puts the head on it. Knights off. Athleticism up top. With Ethan Robinson and Hobie gets the ball, and he's going at top of the box. Taken out. The ball was taken first. Ball to the side. Bounced around between blue and white shirts. Out for a pace thrower. Long throw, headed out by AIS. Thrown in again. Bounced around. Hobie with his jersey being held, shoved off.
And easy,
but draws the foul.
Easy call for the refs right there, give him a free kick.
Johnny Reese at the ball to take it. Sends it out wide to Lettuce. However, the ref says we were not ready. Johnny still waiting. Sends in a lob to the back post. Just off. Avery Herman on the shot.
Still a good attempt right there for the Knights. Again, of course, the last time on the far outside with Lettuce being off, but had to pull a few more tricks out of their bag, and Coach Fleming was able to come up. Something good there.
Intercepted by Ethan Robinson. Gets it up top. Tripped, but no call. Very physical game so far. Hobie Malik dispossessed. Out to Long of AIS. Avery Herman presses on defense. That's the ball is played back. Hobie almost gets the steal. Ball cleared out by Handler. Over to Herman, who sends it up to Ethan Robinson. Plays it off his head. But the AIS defenders close in on him and get the ball out to the wing.
And good work by those defenders to get that out of there, because a pinpoint pass directly to E. Robin, somehow able to get it. Not enough, we're now possession is solidly in the Eagles' territory. Now Reese looks for an open man.
Once again, they send it to Ethan Robinson in the box, but Hobie gets it towards the top. Chris Howard with the ball. Looking around, Ethan Schneider now attempts to dribble in. Johnny Reese wide open as he fakes, goes in, sends the pass into Ethan Robinson. Over to Hobie, who sends in a shot. Good save by the AIS goalie on towards the top of the crossbar. As he rolls it out to the left side. whereas patiently takes their time.
Well, still Samuel Sloman, of course, known for being the star kicker of the football team, still stands back, being very, very unchallenged so far in this game, as most of the fight has happened at midfield or in AIS territory, as it is now, with another break by Herman.
Great 1-2 between Malik and Herman. Ball goes out. Pace ball. Not exactly sure what the call is here. Seen the ref point both ways 3 times. But now the throw-in is confirmed to AIS.
And another battle won at midfield for the Knights. And Reese again leading the charge. Malik is going to be offsides.
Off by just a hair there.
Very close call, but another strike at the Eagles. We'll see how long the Knights can attempt this before they'll try a strike at their own. Good, now about 10 minutes. A third of, about a fourth of this half. They're 40-minute halves here in high school soccer, and it's about 28:35 remaining.
Ethan Robinson gets the ball off the clearance. Outside to Avery Herman. Pushes way down the sideline. Makes it past one defender. Tries to get inside to Ethan Robinson, but can't. Hobie Malik takes a shot from the right corner of the box. An ambitious effort, but to no avail.
Good work by Herman on that outside, using his legs to get around those AIS defenders and the cross. Just a little tip there. Malik couldn't quite get it in. Some very tough defending by the Eagles early in this match.
Herman plays it out wide, straight into the feet of an AIS defender, who plays it right back to Tom Phillips. This ball is sent in deep to Ethan Robinson. Keeper misplays, and a defender clears it quickly outside for a pace throw-in. Quick throw-in by Mark Handler as he sends in the cross. Hobie Malik, who sends it back into the box. Ethan Robinson can't quite get the strike through.
But the Knights again will retain possession, as the Eagles have been able to bounce the ball out of the box most of the time today, but the Knights just keep pressing back attacks, and if the Eagles are going to try to win this, they need to get more in Knights territory. And the Knights also have to capitalize more on opportunities, as they're trying again here now.
Malik and Herman play it back and forth. Malik is dispossessed. Johnny Reese, top of the box, left-footed shot, right at the goalie. Thrown out to the left side. Malik pursues. AIS is very patient with their offense, as they're now deliberately making their way down the field. Johnny Reese with the tackle. Not sure about that call. Looked like he got the ball first.
And they're going to call for sweeping his legs out from under him, and that's going to be a free kick for AIS, and a late call there. Almost was able to get another drive going, but couldn't quite get away, and he'll get a strike from just off of center field.
Ball sent into the box. Sloman corrals. Good aggressiveness from the senior goalkeeper.
And getting that far out from the goal, getting those type of lobs off free kicks, they need to be precise. And Sloman, well, it seems like in today's game, won't get lots of strikes from AIS. Needs to be as good as he can on those few that he'll get. Because like I said, with the patience of this offense, they'll make sure to give it the best they have, while Pace is focusing on getting more attacks with less precision.
Schneider gets the ball. Sends it up to Malik. Loses possession as they attempt to drop it back rather sloppily. Ethan Robinson closes in but can't quite get there. Handler now races against AIS defenders. Back to Sloman, who clears it away.
No.
Straight to Johnny Reese. Outside to the wing. Mark Handler running. Sends it up to Ethan Robinson on the wing. Looking for a chance to cross it.
Aggressive defending.
And impressive defense right back from Ethan Robinson as he chases his man down who stole the ball from him.
Exactly. Commitment to possession. And that's what's getting these nice justice. Hobie Malik did right there. Making sure that it stays pace ball, and time possession has been very heavily on pace. Another good steal by Herman.
Snyder sends it up. AIS defender heads it to Hobie Malik, who gives it to Ethan Robinson. Out to Johnny Reese. Tries to get the hit Hobie.
Just too far. But again tonight, not a whole lot of work from the defense of the Knights, as the midfield has provided the main defense for this Knight squad. Seen again, AIS is trying to find some lanes in and struggling going along the entire route. And that's going to be out of bounds Knights ball. And once again, good midfield pressure, and they still can't get it past that center line.
Almost halfway through the first half here. 0-0 the score. As AIS clears it outside for another pace throw-in on the left hand, on the far side of the field. Sent in to Johnny Reese, who tries to flick it to his man, but to no avail. Headed back to Nate Reese. Back into AIS possession. AIS making movements downfield. But the man trips and sends it up to Hobie Malik. But the AIS man just beats him. Hobie's still in pursuit. And Hobie, as well as the AIS defender, get a little extracurricular there. It looks like it's just going to be a simple foul. No card shown.
And the AIS acting doesn't quite pay off.
As they drop it back to the goalkeeper, who actually makes a move.
In hot pursuit of the keeper as well. I mean, needed to make some move, or ball's going to be stripped again. That'd be an easy goal.
Possession starting to shift in favor of AIS. Now they're starting to control the midfield. As Nate Reese dispossesses his marker.
Just as you said.
Tom Phillips caught offside as on his run downfield.
Sometimes his speed just gets a little ahead of him. Ooh, another close steal, and Reese with the athletic steal. And back into deep Eagles territory. It's going to go back to the keeper.
Outside to the wing, Johnny Reese almost comes up with the steal. Good reading of the play. But Knights get the ball and they send it back to Ethan Schneider. Ethan Robinson attempts to regain possession as Handler gets it with an athletic spin move.
Ooh, between the legs right there of the defender. And good, just overall excellent ball handling by the Knights so far tonight. Getting very few turnovers, and when they do, getting them back, and Malik on goal, and it's...
Oh, no call. Lots of physical play in the box as Malik was tripped up. Ref, however, says no harm.
Unbelievable no call right there. Would have probably been a free penalty, and Knights fans were outraged. But play on.
Ref says play on. AIS looks to throw the ball in. But he throws it straight to Ethan Schneider. And Malik goes up for the header. AIS wins the ball. As they dribble it out of bounds and on the near sideline.
Not a very good work by AIS, sort of dribbling out their own ball.
Schneider throws it up against Hobie and against two AIS defenders. Now the ball is deep in Pace territory. Herman called for the handball as he tries to keep possession.
And AIS will get a shot to perhaps get something going offensively. But so far, still already a quarter of game time away, and not too much, no shots on goal, but there seems to be one and fairly poor attempt right there. But not too many shots taken by either of these teams. Most of them, so they're going wildly astray, just as that shot and the other one by Hobie. And not too many quite on goal. But also neither defense has allowed very many, even players, even anywhere near the box. But the Eagles will try again.
Great defense so far by both teams as the AIS managers call for a handball on the deep run. Fantastic pass to hit him there. Unfortunately, hit him in the wrong spot. Sloman to kick, show off his all-state football leg. Ball is a slightly different shape, but the result is still the same. As Ethan Robinson forces the AIS defender to clear it out.
Just air goes to the end of the box to the other end, traversing about 2/3 of the field.
Oh, Phillips almost saves the ball just off on his kick. Chris Howard with the ball. Gives it to Johnny. Reese sends it back to Howard. The ball just keeps finding its way to the midfield. Lettuce sends it out to Snyder.
Seems like the defense of the AIS team has increased a lot, especially at midfield, recognizing their woes they've had the first 20 minutes of this half and trying to correct it what they can. It seems to be working, as the Knights are now seemingly stuck at midfield and can't get those fast breaks they had before.
Handler with the ball on the far sideline as he lets it roll out of bounds. Finds Phillips. Phillips to Robinson. Robinson to Reese. Back to Phillips. And he makes his push down the sideline.
And it's going to be back in AIS hands.
Great push by Schneider, the right back, to move all the way into AIS territory to pursue the ball. Reese easily dispossesses this man as Howard recovers. Malik looks for the ball. Reese sends it up to Howard in the corner. Great flick by the AIS defender as Howard simply takes him out. Quickly played back to the AIS goalkeeper. Pace forwards pursue. Back to the AIS goalie. He's touched the ball the most out of any player on the team so far.
But still very stalemated play. Both teams really can't quite crack the other defensively. But the other question is, when eventually one would, will that unleash a torrent? Or will they immediately stand strong? Because both these teams are well-disciplined, good teams that are both predicted to do very well in both their respective regions and overall state playoffs.
Schneider throws the ball in to Malik, who almost gets the ball back, but luckily Howard does. Malik down the line, tries to find Robinson, but just can't quite get the pass through.
Almost would have been an incredible cross, but just clipped by the Eagles defender. And Reese almost getting a steal, but
Phillips with the tricky play in the midfield. Nate Reese pressing.
And Knights will regain possession in midfield, but
Malik and another AIS player getting altercation, shoved to the ground.
That seems to be a foul on Pace. Or sorry, AIS, but confusing at the end. Hobie Malik will be look to be subbed out of the game temporarily.
Coming into the game is junior Brian Sloan. Coaches even having a discussion. Coach Fleming having a discussion with the AIS head coach, talking about the altercation, letting him know exactly what he thinks just happened. Hobie Malik being treated for a face injury.
But seemingly very aggressive by both players.
Good to see no cards dealt out.
Still earning this game for that, but always want the game to be fun as well as clean for both sides. And so far only a few fouls, but refs still discussing with the AIS coach.
Ball sent in by Nate Reese. Headed on by, I believe, Mark Handler. But to no avail.
Still keeps it in bounds. AIS will look to get it back, though. The Knights make a valiant attempt, and they will get control at around midfield, but are still being pushed back.
Schneider sends it in towards Sloan. Back out to Reese. Herman and Sloan both there to try and get it. Brian Sloan on the wing. Howard to Herman. Out to Sloan as he runs on it. But the AIS defender will just let it roll out of bounds. Goal kick.
The Knights couldn't quite get their attempt to go after the free kick from the foul on Malik in. But seeing fresh legs with Sloan at number 20. Seeing if he can make an impact for this team while Malik is subbed out.
Ball is sent back to the goalie as he clears it, and Lettuce corrals. Schneider on the wing. He looks for somewhere to go. Gives it back to Sammy Lettuce, who sends it out to Mark Handler, who attempts to run it down before it gets out, and he does. Slide tackle by the AIS defender results in a pace throw-in.
Pace somehow remains possessed with the ball down on the far wing.
Looking for the cross, finds Phillips, top corner of the box. Still somehow goes back to Phillips into a medley of AIS defenders. As Phillips gets off a cross from the ground.
And an excellent kick from that position too, and almost gets its way to Herman, but kicked away.
One of the closest crosses we've seen so far.
And from lying on the ground.
Nate Reese with the clearance as Ethan Robinson runs on it. Looks to make a move, but can't quite. And the AIS defender just sends it out of bounds.
That'll give Pace possession right next to the box. Seeing if they can get in a score before the end of the half.
And let's see. I believe the ball is out for a Pace throw-in. Sent in to the top of the box, but only blue shirts around it. But now Ethan Robinson finds himself with an opportunity. However, AIS regains possession.
It's just too many blue jerseys on the inside, and not much Pace can do. Trying to get a kick out, but one defender sneaks out. Ball's taken away fairly quickly. They just need to get a way to get around those outside men or lure enough outside where the middle is open.
Reese had a great shot there from about 30 yards. Goalkeeper forced the goalkeeper to make a save. As Pace will throw it in now. Schneider sends it to Sloan, who out-jumps both of his defenders.
And Pace somehow remains in possession, and Sloan's can have a line drive, but...
And he's called offside. I'm not so certain about that. Reese
runs into his own man, but still is possessed with the ball. But
ball goes outside to the wing. And AIS ball somehow.
AIS with the throw-in. So deep in the box, trying to take a shot. And they'll stay with possession. And it's going to be clipped away. Sloman's going to get the easy save. Knights will kick it away again.
First time Sloman has actually had to make a save so far, as he punts it deep, and the AIS defender heads it out of bounds. Herman gives the short throw in to Snyder. Back to Herman.
And
out of Pace throwing. Herman gives it to Howard, who sends it out back to Herman.
Dangerous pass by AIS, throwing it right back into Pace possession. And there again, an excellent steal by Reese. And he's going to be tripped, and that'll be a no call again.
Some of these tackles, it's hard to distinguish between whether or not they got the ball first or not. Great defense by Handler to stop the pace run, stop the AIS run as he's taken down. Kick deep into AIS territory. As the AIS center back just takes the ball himself across midfield, but dispossessed by Handler. Sends it up to Robinson, who tries to get it back to Sloan, but the AIS defender intercepts.
And now in the latter half of the first half, we see that AIS is creating more turnovers. Not more than its own making. It's right there again, another bad foul by AIS.
Brian Sloan pushed down from behind, and Pace plays it quickly.
Have been trying to keep tempo high in this game.
That's one of the things Coach Fleming and Coach Nutting both preach, is the importance of quick starts and restarts. Keep the defense on their toes, and that's where you can get forced mistakes.
Which unfortunately for the Knights hasn't happened too much. Good.
Howard with the ball, looking for a man, finds Herman.
Excellent passing down at the wing and kicked away. AIS for the throw-in.
Throw-in for Pace as AIS midfielder sends it straight out of bounds.
Another good work by the Knights defensively.
Howard and Sloan play between each other, but Howard is fouled trying to get the pass through.
And in some other news in soccer around Pace Academy, girls varsity soccer played here just a few hours ago and won against AIS in a dominating 9-1 victory. Not seemingly close at all, with a whole slew of goals from the whole squad, including multiple hat tricks. And JV boys and girls both played as well at Paideia against Paideia. And varsity and junior varsity girls won 3-0. Boys lost 3-0.
Ball pushed out wide to the wing. Ethan Schneider defends. And it's played back for safety purposes as he tries a deep attempt to cross it, but goes straight into the hands of Samuel Sloman. The Sloman sends it up straight to an AIS defender. Ball goes out of bounds for a Pace throw-in. Looking around for a man to throw it into. Finds one in Brian Sloan. Cross sent in, but Brian Sloan gets it back out for an AIS throw-in.
And the last of the news from today, boys varsity baseball also played an intense matchup and won 5-3 3 in what was quoted one of the greatest pace baseball games played. After being up 3-0 and opponents tying it at 3-all. Zeke Diamond ripping one straight down on the side, and John Propes will take it in for part of a 2-run single.
Quick fouled by Chris Howard is the AIS midfielder.
So Pace already with a busy sports weekend. After this matchup today, boys varsity basketball plays in the Sweet 16 round against Jefferson County and Emmons Center. And it's a very wild weekend for all Pace sports as spring is finally starting up, of course, today being our first broadcast of a spring game of 2016.
And offside call on Ethan Robinson. 9 seconds left. And it looks like they're just going to let the clock wind down.
And lacrosse is also having their first game this weekend, and track and field with their first meet next Wednesday on the 24th. But that will be all for the first half here today. Pace and AIS keep it 0-0. We will see you at the end of halftime.
And we are back here for the start of the second half. Score stands 0-0 apiece. 40 minutes left to decide this one as AIS starts the ball out with the ball. And Hobie Malik steals it on the wing, looking for a man to get to. Sends it back to Tom Phillips. Patiently abiding their time. Playing it around. AIS finally intercepts it, but gives it right back. Possession flowing back and forth between the two teams all game. The back line for the Knights playing particularly well as every member is putting pressure on the strikers of AIS, preventing them from having any real scoring opportunities. A line of tackles, some clean, some not. However, no calls, and an AIS player is down. And while we check on his condition, we will take a quick break. And the Eagles player walking off the field with some support. And now the AIS goalie will get ready to punt it.
And now with the first half in the books, both these teams need to come out with much more aggression offensively, as they both played very conservatively and defensively in the first half, which did help allow no scores and very few even shots on goal.
Quick discussion to determine what happens. Looks like AIS will simply ball out. Moving around. Maurice intercepts. Sends it to Robinson. Robinson to Malik, who fires. Wide right.
very far out on the box, usually outside the box itself, and just too dangerous of passes and really just not gonna, too dangerous to miss. They're just not gonna hit from that far out, especially with the goalie like that.
And with pace and with the AIS defenders backing up so far into the box and collapsing on the Knights offense, just nowhere for them to go. Howard with the pressure.
Howard will be tripped, another no call. And then it's just gonna punt.
Long drop kick. Howard tips it off to Herman. And Schneider sends it out of bounds in the midst of the AIS pressure.
Just trying to put little momentum they have.
Quick ball sent up to Robinson. But the AIS defender calmly plays it out of bounds. Reese. And out for a corner.
And Pace looks to get in the first corner kick of the night for either team. Long kick over the middle, and Pace will retain possession far outside, but they're going to kick it back to Reese. Howard was going to receive it, will be in deep traffic, and it'll be AIS ball again. Long lob back to Reese, and he's going to get taken out, but ball will go out of bounds, AIS ball.
Ball back, gives it to Lettuce, who switches it outside to Ethan Schneider. Not much going on as Nate clears it to
But
the
not
AIS
very
defender.
far.
Poor one there. Snyder blocks it. Reese gets the ball up top. Sends it up to Malik. Robinson with the move. Out to Handler. Tries to get to Malik, but he's called off.
And once again, the speed is getting ahead of these players, which are usually called at very, very close, only by about a hair. This will attempt an offensive drive of their own.
Averting 3 defenders until turning it over to Schneider.
But excellent offensive try by AIS there, but just as it always is, reduced to pretty much nothing. Ball will be kicked out. Pace will get a throw in from fairly.
On one, they prefer simply to kick it out of bounds and try their odds with more defenders back.
The other thing to note about this game, and more about the first half impacting the second, on how most of
touch by AIS as the ball bounds. Ethan Schneider to throw it in. The senior right back. Goes up to Malik, who appeared to have hurt himself in the first half, but good to come back in the second. Running around like a torrent as the cross is sent in to Phillips, but can't quite reach him.
Knights will regain possession. trying to cut a hole in this thick AIS defense. And again, they won't quite succeed.
Quick ball over the top. Handler in perfect position. Gives it to Phillips. And Phillips gets it right back.
Wow, stealing the steal away and silencing the quite lengthy AIS student section.
Great back and forth between both defenses. Phillips gives that to Malik. Malik crosses. He's got a man just outside the reach of Herman. It got around the goalkeeper. And if Avery Herman had been one step further in the back of the net.
But looks like they're getting a little more energized from these further steps, and that right there they've had. But good work just getting around the defense. They've been able to do most of the night, but just getting deeper and difficult. And finally they're getting closer.
Reese with the ball. Pushes it to Robinson. Robinson to Howard. And out for a pace throw-in.
Good physicality by Howard right there. Good work. He takes a strike at the goal, but it's going to be just missed. The keeper.
Reception, top of the 18. Gives it off to Robinson. Robinson.
But all set up again by the excellent work by Reese intercepting.
Reese having a great game on the defensive side, oddly enough, known for his off.
In a game like this, they need it defensively, and they have showed it so far.
AIS moving upfield. Howard on defense, pressuring.
And after two very close calls by the Knights, Eagles are trying to respond, and the ball is going to be going way out.
Reese puts it right in the corner for a throw-in. Worst possible spot for a throw-in.
Of course, very careful to not make that a corner kick. Very close to making that so.
With the steal.
Very poor ball control from AIS, but they get it back inside, and Sloman is going to tip it up and out.
Big save by Samuel Sloman, able to get both hands on it and just push it over the bar. Off the quick shot. Poor defense from the Knights to clear.
Sloman with his long arms coming in to save the day there for the Knights. And it's going to be cleared away and out again. And
this time for a goal kick.
And AIS having their first real offensive strike after the Knights having the first real of theirs in a deuce. And let's see if the Knights can, for a third time, strike at the Eagles.
Outside the lettuce. Back to Sloman. Sends it downfield towards the likes of Robinson and Malik.
And Handler's going to miss it, but almost gets a steal. Doesn't quite.
Tom Phillips, though, does get the steal. Reese pushing. Tries to get to Robinson. Plays it to the corner. And Robinson does reach it. Pushing.
Work by Howard.
Gets it back. Handler with the nice move on the sideline. Back and forth with Robinson. Dispossessed as
another good work by the Knights, always having the mid most of the action, able to get them around here, and another cross is too far in, looking for Herman.
Lettuce rises up to get it. Being pulled by his jersey.
Clear foul right there.
And the ball goes back down the other way, but Reese intercepts. Over to Phillips to Handler.
Ball's going to be out on the Knights. Eagles to throw in. Update on time, there are 25 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the match.
And with how much closer each team is getting to score, and you just get the feeling that there will be a breakthrough at some point in the second half.
But of course, the bigger question is if one team is able to get ahead, can the other tie it up? What could happen if one team lets down its guard? Would the other team follow? In this case, it's very hard to tell.
Lettuce with the great defense to pursue the run. And out for an AIS throw-in.
Interesting call, and there's going to be some whistles blown. And it looks like it'll be an AIS substitution, as 16 will be replacing 22.
Very poor throw-in. Very easily could have been called an illegal throw-in for simply throwing it right at his feet incorrectly. However, Pace gets the ball back as Malik is just shoved. No call, clear extension of the arms.
And Reese attempts to get the steal and will be aided by Howard. And it's going to be E-Rob one-on-one with the keeper. Strikes! Got it! Goal! Knights up 1-0 with 23:58 remaining in the match. And Pace Academy has broken through the line. And AIS has been shocked.
What a ball by Johnny Reese. And E-Rob with the great finish to put it in the back of the net to give the Knights the 1-0 advantage here with 24 minutes left in the second half. Now, after all that excitement, here comes the critical point. As I say, the next 5 minutes after a goal tend to be the most common when another one is scored.
Exactly, the Knights need to keep a level head. Wrestling, of course, the infamous semifinal game where the Knights were up 1-0, ended up losing 3-1.
The mistake he made signal yet. This is going to be a Pace free kick.
Very helpful for the Knights. Very helpful for the Knights.
But nobody is there. Out in. Lettuce finds Howard, who turns it over. But Nate Reese with the crucial defense. And Johnny Reese plays it up to Malik. And Malik is taken down, but no call. And the ball is sent onto the track. And a yellow card, I believe, has been issued. A yellow card is issued for kicking the ball far out of bounds when clearly there was no need to.
Almost getting run over by the train. But barely missed there, but very nice kick, as you said. And a poor decision, too, now giving the Knights a easy try deep in AIS territory where they've proven to be very dangerous in the last 8 minutes of play.
And the poor soccer managers now have to go and find that ball. Off the volley, Reese with the left foot sends it over the bar.
Most of the Knights have done is be able to keep so aggressive offensively, yet really have no AIS offensive pressure at all as they're trying again now, but still it's about 18 minutes even, and they scored almost 10 minutes ago.
And two things can be attributed to that. One is the play of the midfield and the defense to stop the AIS attacks early before they even get across midfield. Ethan Robinson now works his way into the box, but is best. Another factor that leads to the dominant pace defense of all the players. Well conditioned to run pretty much the entire time and basically keep their foot on the pedal for all 80 minutes.
Which here they've been able to do that. AIS has just not had the offensive spark they seem to have had in their previous win against Mount Perrin, where they won 6-0. Already now that was the first goal allowed by this keeper.
Sent out by Lettuce down into AIS territory. Played back to the goalkeeper. Robinson to step to it. Howard dispossesses. AIS playing it around their back line. AIS pushing the ball down the line. Reese on defense pressuring. And 2 fouls occur. And a yellow card issued to Nate Reese.
And seemingly the first foul they actually do call. It's a serious one, is on the Knights, as
Eno Reyes will now check into the game for Nate Reese. A yellow card in high school soccer does mean you have to go out the game.
And Eno Reyes, known for his intense speed, coming in at number 12. A very physical player for this team. Started last season and should be a big impact for the squad.
And the ball quickly headed away by Reese. Back to the top of the box. One shot sent wide by the AIS midfielder. And quick sub as Nate Reese quickly checks right back in for Eno.
Turn of events.
Snyder gives it to Howard. AIS not showing an enormous amount of urgency at the moment. Handler gives it to, looks like Phillips.
Phillips has been outplayed most of tonight. And it's seemed very difficult by these very physical HI defenders.
Hobie tries to play back to Herman, but just overhits it out of bounds.
I'm probably already looking at the game best players, or just most of the seniors that have been on this team. Handler getting plenty of good steals down in the AIS section. Of course, Ethan Robinson, sorry, with the only goal of the match. But just good work overall by these seniors, keeping a very talented AIS team.
Reese, once again, causing disruption. He's played very well tonight. He had the assist on the Robinson goal. Sent a perfect ball over the top. Outside. Reese a little late with the ball.
Fortunately for Pace, at least the ball went straight into AIS's goalie's hands.
Hobie Malik almost gets the ball back. AIS will still continue to play around their back line.
Clips the defender.
And out of bounds to Pace. Samueletta sends the ball into Robinson. Can't quite find him. Schneider chases the ball down and sends it out to the left side.
But now with this clock winding down, AIS has to start to make moves, or the Knights can come away with a big win here. In the last few minutes, it has seemed the Knights have focused more of their attention defensively.
And great ball inside by Handler with the even to keep the push away. As it goes out for a goal kick. Less than 10 minutes left in the match. Ethan Robinson puts his head on it, tries to find Malik. Can't quite get the touch to go the correct way. Tom Phelps with a great break on the ball to intercept it.
And breaks off a
Ball lies in the corner. AIS looking for the cross. Can't make it happen. Ethan Schneider once again clears it out.
Just under 9 minutes left to play.
Ethan Schneider having that right side on lockdown, kicking the ball out of bounds like nobody else. Malik with the ball. Break. Sends it up to Robinson.
Playtime, no extra time added. Knights score back. They try to get another cross. Almost another. But the Knights couldn't quite pull it off.
Who gives it right back to Handler. Finds Robinson. Malik. Herman dispossessed. AIS regains possession immediately. With 5.5 minutes left, still the urgency does not seem to be completely present. And Chris Howard kicks it out of bounds. AIS throw-in. Ryan Sloan comes into the game. The ball is played in. Nate Reese intercepts.
After that spectacular goal by the Knights.
Wants it away. This will be the Knights' second win on the season. And we will see you tomorrow.